Mrs. Reed here, back to share another read aloud with you. I'm hoping that you have enjoyed your April vacation and got lots of rest and got lots of fresh air. I know I did, both. Back today to share another read aloud titled What Mary Jo Shared by Janice May Udry. And I know that we share at school, but we started sharing in our distance learning morning meeting online. So thinking about that, sometimes either not everybody likes to share, they're a little bit shy, and sometimes everybody wants to share all the time, and other people don't feel like they get turns. So this is a story about how Mary Jo felt when she was asked to share. Notice the picture on the cover of the book. See if you can tell who's who and what's going on there. Oh, sorry. Just take a minute to notice it. And while you're noticing things in the story, you can also notice how my reading environment might have changed. What Mary Jo shared. Mary Jo never shared anything at school. She was too shy to stand before the other children and tell about anything. She didn't think that they'd want to listen to her. Almost every day her teacher would ask her. Mrs. Willett would say, "Mary Jo, do you have something that you want to share with us this morning?" And Mary Jo would look away and she'd shake her head looking at the floor. "Why don't you ever want to share anything?" her friend Lori asked her. "I will someday," said Mary Jo. "I just don't want to yet." Mary Jo really did want to share, but she was afraid to try. Almost every evening when he came home, Mary Jo's father asked, "Did you share something at school today, Mary Jo?" "Not yet," she'd say. One morning it was raining really hard. "I'll share my new umbrella," thought Mary Jo as soon as she woke up, and she saw the rain pouring down the window. She could hardly wait. She hurried with breakfast and she hurried with dressing, and finally it was time for her to put on her new pink raincoat and take her pink umbrella to school. This was the first umbrella she had ever owned. Before, when it rained, she'd have to walk under her sister's umbrella. She had picked out this one herself at the store. On the handle was a chain and a tag. Mary Jo had written her name on it and the name of the school, room number 101 on the tag. Notice how she looks like she might be feeling. Also keep thinking about who are the main characters. Where are the settings in the story? And what's the plot, meaning what's happening? She hurried up the hill from the car, holding her umbrella against her in the heavy rain. And at the door she shook her umbrella and she carried it in, dripping along the hall. And when she got to the door of her room, she saw a whole row of umbrellas drying in the hall. "Almost everybody in my room already has an umbrella too," said Mary Jo. "Well, I guess this isn't a good thing to share after all." So when Mrs. Willett said, "Mary Jo, do you have anything to share with us this morning?" Mary Jo just shook her head and looked at the floor. Do you think that Mary Jo could still have shared her umbrella? And if you do think so, why? Why could she have shared it? Even though lots of other kids had umbrellas, why was this important to Mary Jo? The next week, Mary Jo and her brother caught a grasshopper and they put it in a jar with holes punched on the top so that it could breathe. I'll share the grasshopper, thought Mary Jo. She wrapped the jar carefully in cloth and she put it in a paper bag, and then she put it in her backpack. And that way, even if on the way to school she dropped the jar, it wouldn't break. She hurried to school carrying the jar wrapped carefully under one arm and her lunchbox in her other hand. Notice how she seems to be feeling. And wonder why she's feeling happy. When she came to the door of her room, several children were clustered around a boy named Jimmy, and they were all looking at something that he had brought in a jar. Mary Jo put her lunchbox down and carefully put her bag on the shelf. She hung up her sweater, and then she went to see what all the other kids were looking at. What do you think's in that jar? Jimmy has 6 grasshoppers in a jar, said Lori. He caught all of them himself. Mary Jo thought about her one grasshopper and how her brother had helped her catch it. I guess I won't share my grasshopper after all, she thought. So when Mrs. Willett asked, "And Mary Jo, do you have anything you'd like to share today?" Mary Jo just shook her head and looked at the floor. There's a lot to think about. A, how she might be feeling in this picture. B, why is she feeling that way? And C, or also, why would it still be okay for her to share her grasshopper story? All the other children in Mrs. Willett's room shared things. They shared letters from their aunts, and they shared their pets, turtles, white mice, rabbits, and kittens. They shared things they found at the beach and things that they found in the woods. Mary Jo didn't have an aunt to get letters from. She didn't have any pets, and she never found anything at the beach or in the woods that someone else hadn't already shared. But finally, Mary Jo became determined to share something that no one else had shared. It got so she could hardly think of anything else. One night, she even dreamed that she wanted to share her new pet elephant. But when she brought him to Miss Willett's room, he was too big to squeeze through the door no matter how hard she shoved. So, in her dream, she sadly let her new pet away. That'd be kind of crazy to have a pet elephant, let alone get it to school. What shall I share? She pondered over and over. Her father came home. Did you share something at school today, Mary Jo? He asked her as usual. And as usual, Mary Jo said, not yet. Then suddenly, Mary Jo thought of something. Could you go to school with me tomorrow for a little while? She asked her father. Tomorrow? Yes, said her father. I don't have a class until 11 o'clock. Mary Jo's father was a teacher at the high school. Good, said Mary Jo. Then you can come hear me share something. All right, said her father. I'll be there. What are you going to share? You wait and see, said Mary Jo. Wondering what what is Mary Jo going to share? As soon as Mary Jo and her father came to school the next morning, Mary Jo introduced her father to Mrs. Willett. Miss Willett. Miss Willett said that they were very glad to have him in their class. I've got something to share today, said Mary Jo. Fine, said Miss Willett. There's the bell. Mary Jo's father sat by the window in one of the guest chairs while the children saluted the flag and while Miss Willett took her attendance. Miss those days when we're in our classroom. Then it was sharing time, and as soon as Miss Willett asked if anyone had anything to share, Mary Jo raised her hand, and Mrs. Willett said, Mary Jo, you may share with us first this morning. Mary Jo stood up. She walked proudly to the front of the room for the first time. This morning, I have brought my father to share, she said. In spite of herself, she giggled a little bit. This made all the children smile. They turned to look at Mary Jo's father. He didn't mind at all. He stood up and he bowed his head. This is my father, Mr. William Wood. He is 36 years old and he has a wife and 3 children, and his youngest child is me, Mary Jo. Look at her face. I noticed something about her mouth. See if you can tell. Just like a lot of you guys, it looks like she might have lost something in there. Jimmy raised his hand. My father was born in Montana, said Jimmy. Where was your father born? My father was born in California, said Mary Jo. He teaches English in the high school. He likes to read a lot. And he writes quite a bit too. He's a good swimmer, he knows how to sail boats, and he likes to go fishing and hiking. So does my father, said Lori. My father builds houses, said another child. My father travels all over the country, said another. They all wanted to share their fathers, it seemed. Children, said Mrs. Willett, it's Mary Jo's turn. It's she who is sharing her father's story today. So please be patient and wait your turn. We know what that's like, right? Before my father grew up, he was a little boy, said Mary Jo. Then her face turned hot because that sounded sort of silly. All the children laughed, but Mary Jo went on. Sometimes he wasn't too well behaved, said Mary Jo. What did he do? Asked one of the little boys out loud. Well, once he was locked out by his little brother. And once he ate all the cake his mother was saving for an afternoon club meeting, said Mary Jo. Oh, that little bugger. Naughty little nugget. Oh, once he locked out his little brother. Even worse, that happened to me too. And now my father will say a few words. Mr. Wood smiled and he made a little speech about how he enjoyed visiting Miss Willett's class. The children clapped and Mary Jo and her father sat down. Mary Jo felt so good. At last she had shared something that no one else had thought of sharing. And that, my friends, is the end. Remember, this is called What Mary Jo Shared. So if Mrs. Bernard and I have time to talk to you about some of the stories that you listened to during our read aloud sessions, you can tell me what title book it is that you listened to and what things you noticed about the book or about my reading environment. Till next time, see you later.